So I created an example of what your finished college scavenger hunt is going to look like. You're actually going to just be filling in all of this information on a blank template, which I'm going to show you in the next video what your template looks like, but I want to show you a finished product. So you're going to have a cover page, and your cover page is going to look like this minus the pictures and without the information. Yours will just say name here, names of colleges, and then on the rubric and in the instruction sheet, it does specify that you should put pictures of all of the colleges that you are researching in your scavenger hunt. So I have my name at the top. I put the three colleges that I tried to think back to when I was a senior and some of the colleges that I looked at and was thinking about. And then in here, I included the two colleges that I went to, which was Canisius and then University of Albany. So the directions also specify to put a star or an asterisk next to your top choice. So I did that here in my example as well. My example is going to be shared with you on Google Classroom, so you can look back to it at any time that you would like to. So underneath I put a bunch of the logos for schools that I considered and that if I was a student about to go to college that I think that I would like to research. I made my top choice the biggest, which was Canisius. And then there's a bunch of other colleges that I would have considered, like Niagara County Community College, Erie County Community College, UB. I did think about going to UB, but they didn't offer teaching at the time, so I couldn't have gone there. Um, and University of Albany is where my master's degree is from, so I included them. But I did my actual research demonstration on Canisius. So I only actually did one college for my example. Remember that you have to do three, but I wanted to show you what it looks like when you have information in the template. So I did Canisius as my reach. All of this stuff is specified in the template that you need to include. So I found all of this information through the research, and I actually learned a little bit more about the college that I actually went to by doing the scavenger hunt process for it. So knowing that I wanted to research Canisius, I chose to use, let me click back to the research links. Again, this is shared with you, but since I knew that I wanted to research Canisius, I used the first link right here because I remembered that all you have to do is search the college's name and then you can find all the information on it. So I entered Canisius College. And it brings me to the Canisius page. So looking through, I was able to answer a few questions just from the first page. It tells you the amount of average undergrad students. Those are students seeking their bachelor's degree that are there, and that's a question that's specified on there. It tells you, you scroll down, that it's a regionally accredited school. It tells you that it's a religious affiliated school associated with the Roman Catholic Church, although you don't have to practice any religion to go there. It tells you the college board code, which you don't have to put on the scavenger hunt, but if you are trying to transfer in AP credits, you will need to know that. And this is what I actually chose to use for my fun fact. I know, having gone there, that there is an underground tunnel system that allows you to get to the different buildings without going outside, which I really enjoyed because winters in Buffalo are really rough and I was able to avoid walking outside a lot. So I liked that. There's the address of the school, phone number, information for admissions, but you need a lot more detail in your scavenger hunt, and that's where you're going to find that by clicking through the links on the side. The scavenger hunt does ask you for the admission deadline, which you can find by clicking on deadlines under admissions, rolling admissions. Applications have to be in by November 10th. They give you the early action deadline, and then I also like that they give you a deadline for when they're going to notify you if you were accepted for early applications. I think that's really cool, that you don't have to be like waiting and wondering for so long when you're going to hear back. So you can look under the majors, and it tells you how many students are returning for each year, which is really nice. It tells you the student to faculty ratio, and as you scroll down, it tells you the most popular majors that are there. campus life, tells you about housing, minority breakdowns, gender breakdowns, which it does ask on your scavenger hunt for those things. You can look at housing or dorming information, different activities offered on the campus, as well as their sports. Under applying, you can find information about the SAT and ACT scores, academics and GPA, application requirements, as it does ask that on the scavenger hunt, whether you need a letter and what kind of recommendations that you need. You can find that through these websites as well. And it does ask you the average cost, so that is provided for you on this website as well. Now, there was some information that I found I was not able to get from this website, so I did click over and go to Canisius's page, and these links are included on the research websites. And I was able to find a little bit more by looking through their website. Like under admissions, they have information for scholarships. You click on the undergraduate admissions, and it'll give you a little bit more information about that. Deadlines are included here as well. And requirements. This was one thing that I found the other website did not give a lot of specifics, but when you look here, you can see that you need your high school transcript, that there is an essay that is required, that you need a counselor recommendation, a few specifics, and that letters of recommendations from teachers are optional, but if it's optional, you should probably do it. And I also found out by going to Canisius's actual site that they have a specific application, but they also accept the Common App, which was something I wasn't able to find from the other websites. So now that we've kind of done a little like overview of where I found my research, I'm going to click back to my example, and we can look at some of the information that I had to find. It asked you to give a specific essay topic that you would have written about and the length of the essay, the required SAT scores, their required GPA, when their deadlines are, and their application type. So here I specified that Canisius offers their own unique application, but that they also accept the Common App. I found that it doesn't cost any money to apply there, their actual tuition fees, their admissions requirements. There's a section that asks about scholarships, which I showed you how to find that, and other info is kind of like a additional fact that you found. I chose to write Canisius is a Catholic college, but you don't have to have a religious affiliation to attend. Part B, you get into a lot of the facts of the school, like where it's located, the demographics, whether it's a city, urban, rural school, and you specify like your major, things that you're interested in, and your last fun fact, which mine was that all of the campus is connected with an underground tunnel system. So that's all the information that you're asked to find. I was able to find all 15 things. Remember that you have to have 10 things filled in total to get full credit. You can copy and paste right from the website right into the template, but you do have to make sure that all of the fonts match and that you get all of that squared away before you do submit and turn it in. So in the next video, we're going to look through the blank template. We'll talk about it in a little bit more detail. And then after that, you'll be ready to get started on your own scavenger hunt.